Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Friday Duels. Joining me this time is my friend Kamina, and like to give you an additional name, or are you fine with staying as GX? Since I remember last week we were like, we'll probably change it from GX something more broken.
I'm pretty sure we agreed upon we would upgrade every other video, so it'll be fine. We will upgrade the next video.
Okay, so next video we'll upgrade.
Yeah, we'll upgrade.
Alrighty, so like usual, do you have anything to share?
Well, I like to talk about the Pokemon game itself, TCG. From what I've seen at the very least, I mean, besides a few exceptions here and there, a lot of the cards in the sets that come out, specifically, let's say Sun and Moon, there's one or two cards that are really pricey, or at least okay pricey. Like one of them is like 24, and the other one's like, what is it, like 50 something right now for Ultra Ball, the Ultimate Edition, I guess, or whatever it's called.
Secret Rare.
Secret Rare, there you go. And I realized something, and it's like, I realized this after opening quite a bit of those packs. It is extremely hard to pull one of those cards out of the pack, which is obvious to anyone that plays the game.
Isn't that considered a short print?
No. The short print is when it's intentional, but that's not the point. The point is that, well, actually, yeah, I guess you can kind of consider it, but it's usually meant for when a card in a specific set is going to be extremely popular, and then they need to keep it calm a little bit more, right? But they kind of do that with all their ultra cards or expensive cards, and I kind of feel like it makes the game more expensive than it has to be.
In what way?
Oh, well, if you want to go and use ultras, that is. But I mean, I understand that they do have more common versions and more lesser rarity versions of the cards they use, but I don't know, I just feel like the whole game is a little bit more expensive than it should be. I collecting those cards.
I guess so. But can't that be said about other card games and their expensive cards? Like, I guess we'll go with Yu-Gi-Oh as the example, and a lot of people are speculating that one of their newer hand traps coming out in maximum prices, Ghost Dash. People are already speculating, since it is a secret rare and it is a really good card. People are already speculating that it's going to be over $100. So your logic could also be relevant to other card games. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's not the issue in the same sense. I mean, yeah, of course the cards are hard. There's not about the rarity. It's how hard it is to pull one. Like I seen people open up 2 boxes of Sun and Moon and not pull any Ultra Balls, how you call it. They kept pulling everything that was literally under the amount of the booster box. Where I can guarantee you open up a Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic booster box, you're going to at least make up the value of the box, even if it's just a bunch of commons or 50 cents or 25 cents and stuff like that. You get me?
Right, yeah, I get you.
And Pokemon, for some reason, a lot of the newer cards, even with them being new, are like worth 10 to 9 to 5 cents.
Right.
So it really drops down the value of the card. I don't even think the cardboard used to make the cards worth that little. Somehow, Pokemon made it lose value.
I guess so. Here, we'll just replace that, if you don't mind. Did you
get Sylveon EX before, or did you just get it?
That was part of the trade I was telling you earlier, that I was waiting to see if someone would actually accept it or not. That's right, it's the same deck I played with you last night. It's just that I put in the Sylveon EXs in here, which I realized that I actually played myself, because some of the cards that belong to the version of last night's deck are still in here. I only put in the Sylveon EX and I put in the Spinda just for filler space, I guess. I put that in. But then things like level ball don't belong in the deck right now, and I put it in.
Eevee versus Eevee. You know, when I first saw Sylveon, I had no context of Sylveon itself, so I actually thought that was a new Pokemon.
Yay! Please don't kill it. That's all I have left to my name.
Oh yeah, that's your name?
Yep. Why are you gonna heal it? It only took 30 damage.
Because it needs to last for 1 round to really give you an advantage. Right. I just don't want to encourage shenanigans.
And I'll give you the win. I ain't getting it.
Yeah, that was not much of a match. I like my coffee delicious and with a sandwich.
Oh, a sandwich?
Yep.
Oh, what kind of sandwich?
The one where you grab a witch and you put it in the sand.
Oh, that's funny. Wanna do one more?
Sure.
Alright, cool.
So apparently you can't say you're an atheist on YouTube anymore.
What do you mean?
If you haven't heard what the new changes in YouTube that they put to bring back the sponsors and so forth, apparently saying atheist is now I guess it's one of those
you can't get you get demonetized, I'm assuming, if you're an atheist.
You can't actually even put it as a name. It says that this word is forbidden to put in your name title.
Was that even a thing before?
It was never a thing until
I mean putting something and then YouTube telling you couldn't.
Yeah, it was usually like saying a bad word or something. Like, it was mostly meant, I believe, for racist words and stuff like that. And that was the whole point of it. It's like, you can understand with that. But apparently, atheism has become a racist word, according to YouTube.
Really?
Yes. A lot of Muslims don't like to hear atheism, so.
That sucks.
And this was noticed by a couple people, but one of the most prominent people to notice was actually the Amazing Atheist. Have you ever heard of him on YouTube?
No, I haven't, but okay.
He decided to change his name to TJ something for a little while, because he just wanted to change his name in general on YouTube. When he changed back, he noticed he couldn't because YouTube would keep replying to him saying that he was using a non-allowed word, pretty much.
Oh, wow.
This happened recently. This happened probably because of the whole sponsor boycott and everything.
Wow, I didn't know that. I mean, I don't care about atheism, whether it's good or bad. I don't care at all. It's just that if they do something with this, it just makes you wonder what else they can do.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm not for it or against it. To me, you do you, and you do however you want to do. But the idea that they can just stop you just for believing in something or saying something sounds rather negative, I guess.
Yep.
Alright.
I do believe that this has been a controversial issue for them for a while now, because they have stopped other words, which has caused a lot of controversy before. Like in some parts of Iran, you're not allowed to put gay or homosexual in your title.
I mean, that makes sense for them just because of how closed off their beliefs are. That it would make sense for them, but for like the rest of the world that should have been open-minded by now, it's just weird.
Yeah, that's why I say it's such a shock that us as a country would allow something like this in this year to start putting down words that might be quote-unquote offensive to some groups. You have the right to live your life as you should, but you don't have the right not to be offended by something.
Yeah, this reminds me of the stuff that happened with the YouTube changes a while ago, where we live in a world where if you talk about war, if you talk about something scary, then companies are not going to support you or back you. And I understand that, But to go to the extent that saying that every company is going to act this way,
unless you're a news company, then they're okay with it. But if you're a random guy talking about it, then
yeah. But that's what I mean, though. Because now with the new policy changes, and you're not allowed to talk about explicit content. You're not allowed to talk about war, blood, cursing, because apparently YouTube says that companies are not going to back you. And now they make that a rule, that you're not allowed to talk about these things. And I understand that, some companies don't want to back you, that's fine. But to make it an outright spoken rule that says you're not allowed to, that just hinders a bunch of creators that want to talk about things like that. Like it really hurt Philip DeFranco as an example, because that's what he bases his entire channel on, talking about media and war and things like that. I know,
but they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, because they haven't banned it. What they have done is that if you decide to use any of those words, if you decide to, even some words are not allowed, period, but if you decide to do anything like that, talk about the news or whatever, you can still do it, but your channel will switch to restricted mode, where you will not be able to monetize any of your videos.
That's the point that I'm getting at, though.
Yeah.
It started with that, and now it's only going further along the lines of, you can't even say explicit things in your name title because you're going to be demonetized as well.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, they're trying to have their cake and eat it too, because they're trying to discourage you from saying those things in the open channels, but at the same time they want to keep you there because your viewers still make them money, even if they don't make you money.
Yeah, that's I don't know. That the way I call it now is we're living in the aftermath of what 2016 left behind. Because a lot of things started happening, even though you can say a lot of things were happening beforehand because of how advanced social media is nowadays and how advanced technology is in general. We have a better sense of understanding of the rest of the world because of new advancements in technology. And as of last year, we've noticed a lot of more people dying, a lot more horrible things happening, a lot more positive things happening. So it's been a lot of things just happening throughout the years that it just accumulated into all of last year, where now we have all these things that are people coming out.
We're in the pinnacle of self-media. We're in the pinnacle of people can go out in the internet and find people talking about all kinds of stuff. And it has been a good and bad thing for us, because not only can we find information out immediately, but we tend to look for information that agrees with us, and we don't see something subjectively.
Yeah, not how it was back then, where it wasn't as easily accessible to find someone that agrees with you. So now that you find a great number of people that do agree with you, you feel that because thousands of people agree with you, then you must be right.
Well, that's one part, and another part is that the news for a while now has been pretty much biased. And that, combined with a lot of other things, have caused people to only believe what they hear that agrees with them. And it's just a bad combination for us. It's really bad for us to be in that kind of mentality.
Right. So that's why I say we're living in the aftermath of what 2016 left behind. We're in a world where there's so much easily accessible content that you're bound to find something that agrees with you, and because you do, you think that nothing else matters. And we're seeing that now, which is a note rather growing in YouTube, because YouTube used to be an outlet where people would express their creativity, and now even that is not even an accessible thing, because they hinder your creativity because you can't monetize on what you want to be creative about.
Yep.
That took a weird turn, didn't it? We were all nice and happy and rainbows, and now we're like guns and explosions.
We're all gonna die!
That sounds scary. Why would you say it like that?
That's not it went. It's like we're talking about rainbows and puppies, and then we're all gonna die.
Rainbows and puppies, and we're all gonna die.
Yep. That should be the title of this video.
I might consider that. Don't get me wrong.
So did you hear about the United Airlines new special time thing they did? So apparently they were supposed to deliver the world's biggest rabbit to some part of the U.S. or something from the U.K. And the rabbit was checked before boarding the actual plane. Everything was making sure of before he actually got into the train, to the plane and everything. But somehow, when the rabbit got to the U.S., he died. He was dead.
Oh God, let me guess. Halfway into the flight, they realized, oh, the flight's overbooked. We need to get rid of a passenger. And then they're like, oh,
it was not. It was not an Asian rabbit. So you can't really.
Yeah, but he just got. I was about to say lucky, but I mean that passenger got unlucky, I guess. I mean he just happened to be Asian, but they could have picked any passenger. According
to the CEO of United, that passenger got reaccommodated.
Oh right, sorry. That passenger got reaccommodated. He just happened to be Asian. So you can't say that the rabbit wasn't Asian.
He was uncomfortable, so the passenger got reaccommodated. That's what it was. That's all it was.
Right. But you can't say that they couldn't just take out the rabbit because he wasn't Asian. It could have been. It wouldn't matter.
How the hell did this guy stay working in United? Who sees that video? Because he saw the video before going into that interview. And of course he took it all back later on. But who goes into that video and says, oh, we were just reaccommodating him?
I just remembered something now that you're talking about this. Because all this stuff is out in the open now, like I said, in media and everything, it's so easily accessible. Anyone can take a video right on the spot and upload it. And everyone knows about this United scandal and stuff. That recently one of my parents was like trying to book a flight, and I was helping them book it. And then I saw that one of the cheaper flights was from United. And then because, like I said, everything is so accessible now, I'm like, oh yeah, we're not booking a flight with United, just because everyone already knows that that's not a good thing to do. Because you may never know if your flight will be reaccommodated. So yeah, we're not taking that chance anymore.
And from what we saw from American Airlines, they're not afraid to reaccommodate women.
I just remembered that. Thank you for bringing that up. We booked it with American Airlines. And then American Airlines, as I was booking it, gave me an option saying, would you like to reassure your flight? Would you like to insurance your flight? And then when I clicked, and they were charging me like $30 extra or something. And then when I clicked no, a little window popped up saying a recommendation, you should reassure your flight. Just because, and they gave me an explanation saying that, you know, things could potentially happen and then you might not have it. And
it sounds like a mafia boss going like, hey, you really should get insurance for this flight. You don't know what could happen in the air.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Which is kind of, I guess the way to say it would be rather strange, just because, you know, United did it, so now everyone's assuming that everyone else is gonna do it. So, and it's not even like you can say that that's not true. I just proved it to you. Freaking American Airlines was like, oh, yeah, you should reassure your flight just in case. $30 though.
Well, they both have a different way to being bad to customers. For example, United did it by overbooking their flights and then calling the police on their own customers to remove them from their own flights that they paid for. Where American Airlines is well known for having actual employees that will apparently attack you.
Right.
So, I think that every airline has some kind of hitch to becoming the worst.
Right.
I keep thinking into the Pokemon song. I wanna be the very worst that there ever was. Dun, dun, dun.
For a moment, I thought you were gonna sing the actual song. I was gonna say, wait, isn't that copyrighted? Isn't that wrong for us to use?
No, you can sing the song all you want. You are singing it. It technically counts under fair use.
Oh, okay.
You can't play it in the background.
So my loophole question would be, right? If you can play it in the background, could you pre-record yourself singing it and then play it in the background?
Yes, that's actually how people who do all those like cover songs to anime songs and other stuff.
Right.
That's how they get away with it, because they record themselves singing it.
All right. So next time we film one of these, I'm gonna have you film the Pokemon theme song, and then we're just gonna have it play in the background.
Okie dokie.
It's okay. I'm sure you'll get lots of fans for that.
Sure. Everybody can't wait to get all that my beautiful voice.
Yep, that is possibly true.
I can hear your laughter from here.
I'm actually not laughing. I actually wasn't.
I can hear your inside laughter from here.
But okay, I'll let you think whatever you'd want to think.
Exactly.
All right.
I want that, and I want that.
Sure, and then I'll give you that. It's so cute and adorable. You have no choice but to accept it.
Can I not though?
But can you though?
But can I not though? I don't want it.
Sorry.
It's used.
There we go. So I noticed with the Sylveon that you pretty much don't lose your energy. You can just transfer it around. But if there was a way to give him back the energy, or like something, because the Gardevoir discards your energy when you use it, and the same thing with the Xerneas when you use it. So if there was any way to like just pretty much give back the energy to Sylveon the following turn, just so I don't keep losing, it would actually be very helpful. I don't play enough of Pokemon to know if that's an actual thing, so I don't know. But I'm just saying. Why you gotta be so mean? Okay. We'll give you this thing again. Here you go. We'll Sycamore, and we'll hope to do a bunch. Alright. I got a Trainer's Mail. I want to get an elixir, but I know for a fact there's no more energy. The remaining energy was probably prized. Oh, hey, Super Rod. By that logic, then I could have gotten the elixir. Oh well. There, look, gotta put my energy back in the deck. Isn't that a fun thing to do?
I bet.
Okay, we'll play some chess. Delphox only has 70 HP left. Yay. Oh, I thought you end. I was gonna be like, yay, you end.
Why would I?
I don't know. More draws because your hand was terrible.
Yeah, no.
I guess so.
Let's see here.
Delphox. Ouch.
Wait, how did it survive?
It has a fighting fury belt, so it lives by.
Oh no, I thought my Pokemon did more damage than that. That's what I was saying.
No, my Pokemon does more damage. That's what I'm saying. Okay, good. I drew an energy for that, so that helps actually.
You kind of helped me too. I was gonna deck out.
Oh, you really? Hey, good. Very Christmas. I'll give the energy to you. There, now we're even. We're even, Steven. So he has 70 HP left. But you're already gonna kill this, so it's fine. And the Guard of War comes in, kills your Volcanion, and then your Charizard, probably you can get energy on it. Probably can kill it. I don't know. No, you wouldn't. It only does 60. Why didn't you just do 100? You could have killed it and taken 200.
I can't. I could, but I need to set up.
I guess so. Here, we'll give you a Lily. A full art Lily. Except I'm drawing cards, not you. Alright, so we're gonna free retreat here into our war. And because you and I have the same amount of energy, we're gonna link blast. And even though your Pokemon lives, that's fine. I don't want to discard my energy. Yeah, that's fine. Actually, that actually worked out. Because we're gonna Fairy Drop over here. You know, I actually like Fairy Drop. It's an item that heals 50 damage as long as you have a Fairy energy. So it doesn't take up your supporter slot. Why, thank you. I'll gladly take an energy on this one. And we'll link blast one more time. That actually helps a lot, not gonna lie. Ooh, Talonflame Break, what does it do? Discard all fire energy attacks. Oof. Lived just by 10. And I'm sorry, Mr. GX, but I think this is it.
By that Lumina. Alright, I'll see you later.
Alright, Kamina. Thanks for coming onto the channel. And any final words?
Balls are love, balls are life.
I guess so. Alright, guys, thanks for watching this episode of Friday Duels. We'll catch you guys next time. And you guys enjoy your Friday. See ya.